Yes, I'm on. I am live, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal in the building. I am live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. Let me make sure I got my equity feed up. Been a couple days. I've been a little bit busy, but I'm in the building. I'm in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Been a little bit busy. Had some things I got to catch up, but we got to get back to the money. Yes, indeed, man. Been a little bit busy, but I'm in the building. Been a little bit busy, but I'm in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. This is episode number 218. 218 for September 21st, 2017. September 21st, 2017, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me get into my studio room here on YouTube. It's going to come on live today no matter what. Been busy today, but I'm on, ladies and gentlemen. I know this week been on and off, but just had some things I had to take care of, and I am on live, ladies and gentlemen. And the stock market today, let me go to the Qs. I read on the article before I came online. This was the first loss, I believe, for both exchanges in 10 days. Let me know if I didn't read that right. All right, let me get rid of my crossovers there. But first down day for both exchanges. I'm going to go back to a daily chart. In 10 days. I think I can get rid of these lines. All right. Here are the Qs. We got a lot of tickers we've been watching. I've spent the last couple days shitting on MGTI. That short and distort was pretty effective from my video. The stock sold off pretty aggressively today. I'm hoping for another aggressive day tomorrow. Easy gains there. Hopefully, tomorrow if I get the double-digit, loss that I'm looking for in the stock, because that's what we're trying to get, is that double-digit loss. I'll go ahead and post my gains on Profitly, but I'm still in it. HMNY is another one. I'm still in it. I was waiting for that to crack. I didn't get really the crack we were looking for. You guys know I'm particularly someone who likes to short, just because it's just so much easier than going long. I know some of you guys are really good at that, but I just don't have the patience, man. It kills me. Especially if it's not a pump. I love, pumps. I love pumps. But when it's not a pump and you're waiting, just for people to understand the story and the stock to go up, it's like, oh my God. You're killing me. Yes, indeed. I used the Street Fighter. I forgot what stage whose stage that is. What's going on, cool cats? Q de Mayo. Felix. Who else is in here? Adam Board, Londell Carter, Relative 9696, Joshua, Greasy Stocks, Maurice, David K, Hollywood Studios, Jeff Thayer, call him the Mean Marine, Kenneth Rosenberg, Unbiased Sports, Matei Tama, Javier Bowen, Joe Silver. What's up, Robert Turman? Shout out to all the people coming in the chat room. Of course, bring your tickers. Bring your tickers. Let's see what's going to be hot for the tomorrow. Now, Friday, you guys know in the small caps, we always get a nice Friday runner. We always get a nice Friday runner. It's almost impossible to predict. I just react at this point because, this last couple of weeks we've tried the predicting game, and it hasn't gone too well. Ken, call me back. I just missed your call, Ken. I just missed your call, Ken. Call me back. And because all the ones we think are going to run, they open up and they're not going in the direction that I want them to go, but they're too cheap to short. 646. I think I got Ken on the line. What's up? Ken, are you there? Yeah, Ken, for whatever reason, you're sounding real low. I don't think anybody can hear you.
Let me, can you hear me better? I'm calling up.
Yeah, I would definitely try to call me back, bro. Try to call me back.
I'll call you in 4 minutes.
All right, so Ken calling me from the track phone. Trent calling me from the track phone, so he'll switch phones and get back to that contract line. 845, you're on the air. What's up?
It's Ken again.
Hey, Ken. There we go.
Much better. Okay. You know that I took that 2-week free trial to Equity Feed today, and it does pay for itself. Yes. I saw there was news came out on AZFE at 2:13 p.m. Mm-hmm. Well, the stock was down to like 0.0023, and look where it closed.
What was that ticker?
Sure, it was. It's that hemp stock. Is it AZFE? Let me look it up.
I'm not
that's
seeing
the one
on AZFE. AZFL.
I'm sorry, AZFL. AZFL. I'm sorry, AZFL. So that Equity Feed, because it has that news streamer on there, and it came up, and take a look. The stock moved.
Yeah, shout out to Equity Feed. Get 2 weeks free, no credit card required on Equity Feed. They are a sponsor of the show. I've told people now, since they've been sponsoring me for the last almost 8 months, since they pretty much kind of discovered me on the air, I honestly feel that, within your first I think it's 2 weeks for you guys. Within the first 2 weeks, you'll if you're an active trader, you'll have more than enough money to pay for the service for the month, every single month. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's good.
So AZFL, nice catch for you on that one, up 36%. Now, I see here, it looks like it was selling off, trending right, or flagging rather, and it looks like, they considered a dip buy. What was the news? Okay, obviously news came out. Okay, I'm seeing it here because I'm trying to figure out what was responsible for the volume today. Announced that the company subsidiary, Amazon Hemp, has scheduled the harvest of the first 100-acre field for Friday. Now, I can't remember because we had a guy call up the last time we were on the show. I believe it was Tuesday, and he called up and said that a company had bought a field out in Arizona. Was that, Ken, is this company here, AZFL?
I think it is.
Okay.
I think you're right. I'm not certain. I think it is.
Okay.
But I mean, we know it's a scam. We know, but they have good news and there's plenty of volume. I mean, what the heck? Play it.
Yeah, play it. I mean, the company he was talking about wasn't a scam, but if this field is real, and they got a legit license to produce, I mean, that could be some money. So we'll see what happens here. But still, 0034. But hey, I mean, trending in the right direction. Let's see if it can just build up on this. So nice volume though on today's move.
Right, good volume. Yeah. And one of my favorites right now, the ONCI, had a very strong end of the day close in ONCI, and there's supposed to be more news coming out in the next day or so.
Yeah,
in regards to the share reduction of the volumes there.
ONCI, here's another missed opportunity. I think I saw this one. It stayed under 0040 for some time, several days actually, back in August. And, just a beautiful looking pattern there that showing a lot of support and confidence, did make the move. And here you go with the stock now over 130% higher from where it was at those levels now at, 0.0163. And still hanging nicely up there. And it's been up there for some time. So, we'll see how this goes.
Right, the RSI is high, but it's 82, I think, the RSI. But RSIs can stay up there if there's plenty of momentum and news to keep it propped up. So that's good. That's good. Anything else today? The my 000 play. Have you heard this guy Trader 53? He has a 000 board on Investors Hub, and I know you got to be careful with these.
Yeah, these people they change their names all the time, but
I know.
Trader 53, no, does not sound familiar.
Okay, the ADTM, he's been hyping it for a couple months. It took off nicely today. 007 up 75%, 281 million traded on that one.
Okay.
It's supposed to be some kind of reverse split merger. So, I know your philosophy. You say you throw $100 at a few of these.
Yeah, and see what happens. I mean, obviously the meat of the move was today. We'll see if it builds up on it, or this was just an opportunity for him to cash out some shares that he had probably been sitting on for, it looks like, months at a time. So we'll see.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And it. It's a great market. You mentioned at the beginning of the show the market was down the first time in about 9-10 days. And do you think that was somewhat because of what Yellen said yesterday, that they're changing their stance?
Yeah, but and there's there's a lot more talk than there was back in March about the idea of equities being overvalued. That was the conversation that was happening back in March, early April. And then, we had great earnings, and so that kind of conversation dissipated. But now that is back again, where people are looking at some of these valuations and are saying, I don't know, I think we need to take some money off the table. We had Jim Rogers come out and say that this is going to be the greatest depression of all time, because the way people's life savings are set up. They're all basically put in these mutual funds, these ETFs now,
He's
for
right.
that matter. And, they're the only ones really buying shares and equities right now, these ETFs. So if we do see a crack in this market or in this trend, then we could see, literally a rocket down to the bottom when it comes to a sell-off in the market.
So what do you advise? You always just have a small hedge on your portfolio because you still want to ride the trend.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if I'm someone with a lot of cash and you're into some of these, you're in heavy in these large caps, you're up big on this Trump run. Yeah, I would definitely be taking some cash and taking some of these profits off the table right now.
Right.
And look to earnings as an opportunity to come back in. But yes, there's no doubt about it that I would be taking paper off the shares off the table. But again,
right.
that's if you are in big, you're in heavy, and you got that kind of risk exposure. But if you're not, you're just kind of trading the day trade. I just just react to the market when it happens.
And also look at the VIX, VIX. The low was 8.9 and it's at 9.6. So even to have just a couple months out on the money in those calls is probably not a stupid idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm in the VIX, the VIXX, but yeah, there are some opportunities there to grab some pretty low cost calls right now. If you put a little space on it, they're not as expensive as I know they will be once the market does show some kind of weakness. So it's an opportunity there for people who are willing to hold and hope.
Great. Okay. Enjoy.
Appreciate it.
Keep watching. Take care.
Thank you. Shout out to Ken for the call as always. It's interesting to see the broader market and how things are going to react, because let me tell you guys something. For those of you guys who haven't, you really need to add options to your repertoire. You really need to do that. CCC, let's get into your tickers now. All right, let's get into your tickers now and see where we can all make some money here. All right. CCC, Calgon Carp Corp, $20 stock. You let me know what you see here. I don't see anything. You let me know what you see here. I'm not seeing it. What's going on? See stock got in the room. ADTM, yeah, we pulled up ADTM. Nuts. SDRL. Zoom in a little bit. SDRL. Yeah, still waiting. I saw it pop up above that 54 yesterday. And to see, Seadrill just give it all back today. I mean, that's just really, really disappointing. Really disappointing in Seadrill. As you can see, I was waiting for the break. I thought maybe this could really, go higher here, because I wanted that 54, and you just unfortunately couldn't get buyers to commit to holding that overnight above 54. So, until we get that, I'm hands off Seadrill. NETE. Let's take a look at NETE. NETE looks like it's giving it back. Had a really nice run a couple days ago. We were really excited about that last week on NETE. Again, when we talk about those Friday, runners, we'll see if we can get one like an NETE again, you know, it's been pretty much a trend lately for us to get one. And these companies have been doing a good job of kind of holding news till Friday morning, you know, and playing into that excitement. All right, let me see some other tickers you guys are putting in the chat room. Again, my line 305-600-2896 NSPR. NSPR. Here we go. NSPR. Inspire MD. Not seeing anything here. Not seeing anything here. Love to see a little bit more volume in it too. Obviously, you know, very bearish. Man, you're far from that gap. Still haven't really seen pretty decent support here at 31, but you know, not seeing the move just yet. What's going on? Trade stocks are dying. But William, let me know if I'm missing something. Let me know if I'm missing something because I didn't see any news. ADOM. Odamani Incorporated Engine and Powertrain Systems. $7 stock. Whoa, that's a lot of volatility in that, man. It's a mean looking play. Kind of scary too. 908. You're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal. What's going on, man? I just been following you for quite some time, and I just came across this one stock that I just see it having strong support all the time around the mid-120s.
Okay, let me take a look at it. What's the ticker?
OCRX.
OCRX. Oh, nice day today. What happened there? Okay.
What I do see is it frequently drops down to right around 90 cents, so a good dip by anything below $1, and then it'll trickle back up to the 120s.
Yeah, I see. Man, we missed a good day in that. I know I wasn't looking at it. A lot of new money came into this today. 1.6 million shares traded. Average is only 220, but I'm not seeing any news. So you're saying this was just pure technicals?
Yeah, I mean, anytime it hits right around 90, and I've been following this stock for a little over a year now. It dipped down, and it's got a good, strong candidate in the pipeline with the HE drugs. And that just helps the people come back to it frequently.
Okay, so now with that being said, then you don't probably foresee this. Well, obviously, you know, I'll watch it for sure at these levels, but you don't foresee it to be something that it can continue to move higher on. This is pretty much kind of a one-day thing.
Yeah, I think this may be at most maybe a 2-day thing, but if anything, tomorrow you may see more of a consolidation, and then after that it'll trickle back down to right around 110 or so, and it'll level off from there really, and then about maybe a month and a half it'll come back up, and just keep doing it over and over.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the next catalyst for the HE drug is coming out in a couple months. I want to say maybe November timeframe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But right around that catalyst timeframe is probably the best time to buy because the news has been amazing. Phase 2 has been pretty good.
Yeah.
So coming up with the news catalyst, I think it's going to explode.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the call.
No, I appreciate it, man. You've been very helpful.
Thank you. All right, so shout out to my caller there at 908, OCRX. You know, I had to ask him because now it's looking like a great short. You know, it's looking like a really great short. He said it's a possibility as could be a two-day move. I've seen some weird things happen here, but they all look like they had reasons. I'm seeing earnings here, but I don't see anything that I can really point back to and say it's going to come right back down tomorrow. But look, nice day, OCRX, 24% gain. We'll see what happens with it tomorrow. Want to watch because I'll tell you this right now. Going back to HMNY, and again, I don't want to beat a dead horse on this, but this news was so weak. This news was so weak, and for the stock to go from $250 to $7, $250 to $7, that's insane. That news was weak. No numbers. No estimation of possible income, revenue, nothing. They just basically said, yeah, we just got a shitload of new subscribers. That's basically all they said. That's basically all they said. But I guess you can never really doubt, stocks that people love to buy. And they were squeezing the shit out of people. I saw HMNY yesterday. I'm talking about HMNY yesterday. You're squeezing the shit out of people. Not me. I'm not, I wouldn't dare. But when you start looking at, some of these moves, where you could just tell they're just squeezing you. HMNY. And I think there was a guy who posted on Twitter that he got squeezed almost $1,300. Look it up. Look it up. All right. Get back to the daily chart here. Let's go and see what you guys are talking about. ICPT, Intercept Pharmaceuticals. Looks like it was probably a drug failure. Oh, shit, a patient death, unfortunately. All right, so looks like 19 dead patients? How the fuck does your drug kill 19 people and you get away with that shit? God damn. All right, so the stock down 25%, but looks like analysts are calling it a buy. Got a, $2 billion market cap. It's not a cheap stock. I'm sure there are probably some options out there that are pretty liquid now. Even when you have stocks that have options that are relatively illiquid, typically during situations like this, you get a lot of big banks and institutional buyers who will, start to generate the kind of volume you need as a day trader to be able to go in and out, pretty easily. So the spread is not too wide. 202, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Brother Sal? Uncle
Yes.
Johnson there, power and profit to the family.
What's going on, Africa Emporium? Tell us what's good.
Man, just kind of sitting back and listening and just excited for, like I said, for the market tomorrow. Had a good day today and called in because I heard you discussing the ICPT play.
Yeah.
Very interesting move here. Obviously no laughing matter here. Here's a company once again that's trusted with shareholders' dollars to kind of, put forth some good information to save people. Yeah. In terms of what you're doing, and next thing 19 people obviously, succumbed to this bad failure. And, obviously it came across my attention because obviously one of the other, Discord rooms, a guy actually played it, had one of those Billy Ray moments, man.
Okay.
Hit really big today. Hit for 85 grand off this stock today.
85 grand?
85 so you through it, but he hit it and wrote it down. And he was thinking about even holding it even more.
And who was this?
He didn't even want to sell. One of the guys named Van Winkle. He's in one of the other discords I'm in. Called Black Box Stock.
He hit it for 85 grand, but I can't even imagine the size of his position. I mean, that must have been huge. For him to net that much.
Yeah, and like I said, and it just caught that news. Obviously, very unfortunate news. It's weird, because once again, this is one of the scenarios where for a scenario like this, you will hope they short this to ashes. Yeah. And then you got analysts turn around saying that it's a buy now. I know we're in the business of investing and trading, but 19 people once again lost their lives. Dealing with this stuff. I know it's all a risk when you sign up and this and so forth, but I could say well, the little man won for a change. Like I say, he definitely hit big on this, and it was a good play. So they're thinking about it might be some more downside tomorrow. I know Cali Rob, he actually played it today too, but he actually got out too early. He shorted it, but he obviously pulled the trigger too soon.
Yeah.
And if he stayed in a little longer, he could have ate good. But that's the nature of the business, unfortunately. So just wanted to kind of speak on that a little bit and just kind of keep it on your radar, even for you tomorrow. So they're saying it's a buy, but it still may be more red tomorrow.
Absolutely,
and absolutely.
I mean, on that kind of news, I mean, why not? I mean, we're seeing Equifax and what they're going through. So, when you take people's lives and we talk about the possible legal, effects of something like that, then sure, I think you probably have a lot more to shave off here. We'll see.
Right. I mean, United Airlines, they drug a passenger. Look what it did, and the Equifax, breached.
Yeah.
And it's not even the first. I'm sure you heard about the SEC today, right?
Yeah.
They was hacked too.
This is crazy, man. What's going on here? And
I don't know if you heard it. And they said I didn't
see that SEC one, but now that we've hearing that, rest assured you'll have some of these pumps come out here saying they've got some kind of IT thing and solution for that.
Right. So the Trump stock's going to kick in, the cybersecurity. We're just talking about, RNTB, cybersecurity stock that, deals in this kind of stuff. And the people like the John McAfee's of the world, why he's telling people, about the Bitcoin snares, about this and why they're moving away from all this, this American centralized regulated market value.
What's the ticker for that one again? RT, what was that?
RTMB. Remember that was the one that sold off?
Route 9. Route 9.
Yeah. And so cybersecurity stocks are being the it factor now. They had this all over CNBC now with these different, cybersecurity and hackers coming on speaking about, all these hacks that are happening now. You got the SEC that got hacked of all places. You had Equifax that supposed to, watch, protect your Social Security number. They got hacked.
Yeah.
You find out that they had an incompetent board of directors. They got people that was hired for positions that was not their specialty. You had people that was a horticulture major being in control of, this certain aspects of Equifax and so forth. I mean, the list is endless. I'm sitting there reading stuff and like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah. And RNT, by the way, RNTNB is looking like a nice buy right now. I mean, you got a lot of, that's looking really good. Like it's trying to set up for something real nice. If some news or something drops, RTNB looks ready.
Yeah, and this is the stock I was really good off of the last, few times I played it, and they still up until the I think I said the end of this month they had got a 30-day extension, to try to get their snares and affairs in order before they get their stuff auctioned off.
Yeah.
And once again, it's a Trump stock because it is cybersecurity. They're actually one of the leading industry major heads out there at a low value. What they are, they're looking for a buy at some point, but. Really good stock, low float, just like you said, it's waiting for news. And I've been waiting for that same value because I've played it before. Just, good opportunity there. So, the market is kind of just trying to find its way. And we got a lot of stuff going on with the political climate.
Yep.
I'm sure you got the tweet that Kim Jong-un just put out.
Yeah. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yes. I mean, these guys like literally just fighting like little kids on the playground. And, this is the stuff that investors have to wake up every day and find a way to see how they're going to price this stuff into the market. But we are at that point now where, it can only take so much. The market only could take so much in trying to price this stuff in. And the market showed it today with the back end of the Fed conversation with Janet Yellen. They're talking about another Fed hike possibly for December. So, it just, a lot of stuff we got to deal with, as investors. But, we love it, what we do. Requires us to be sharp on our due diligence, so we have to make these better plays and decisions, so we're not caught out there letting somebody else kind of really mess us up. But I'm excited, and just another stock, two of them real quick. I'm gonna get out of here. Aktx, I'm sure you spoke on that. Beautiful run this morning.
Yeah, haven't spoke on that yet. Tell us a little bit about it.
So awesome play on this stock. Obviously, another big bio. These pharmaceuticals, this is their time of year. Most of the phase 2 and phase 3 is starting to get a lot of their, information out. So if you plan it just like they do the fiscal year, third quarter of the year, most biotech companies are just getting their phase 2 and phase 3 data out. Some of it profitable, some of it not. If they feel they're winning. So, this was a company that had its moment. Yeah. Beautiful play, gapped up and ran, and pulled back off it like most of them do. Yeah, but
beautiful,
great
morning,
play today
man.
on this.
That's one of those beautiful mornings. Every time I see a chart like this, I think about people like Warrior Trading and what like Stock God used to do, and kind of these morning just you know, if you just are have a little bit of faith and courage, the opportunity to make a lot of money is possible here. I'm looking at this, and as you can see here, this is a 5-minute chart, and you know, in the span of almost 15, 20 minutes, you know, you're up almost what, $3 a share. You know, that's an incredible gain for 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, this was, you know, clearly the biggest volatile winner today. You know, although we had some great moves in RTK and many others, but very, very liquid, you know, liquid move today, and a great opportunity for people to get in and make some money, like you said. So definitely, you know, good play for that. We also had, real quick, VSAR sold off. Did you get the news on this one? This one here actually had a failed drug. The stock got halted after hours, and it dropped from $23 all the way down to $3.
What's the ticker again for that?
VSAR.
VFAR. I'm not seeing anything under that ticker.
V as in Victor, S as in Sam, A as in Alpha, R as in Romeo.
Oh, VSAR. Okay. VSAR.
Yeah.
Versartis. Bio.
Yeah, tragic scenario with this one. The same guy that shorted the ICPT that made the 85 grand today, he bought this at the bottom. We got the alert, you know, through the black box stock, you know, scanner that they got unhalted. He bought it at $325, 20,000 shares, and he wrote it up to $4 and made an additional $12,000 or $14,000 on that 85 he just hit for today.
That's
he's ended up today with about 100 grand on the day in 2 stocks.
Are you freaking kidding me? Hold on. Are you saying right now that this stock that closed at $21 is now after hours less than $4 a share?
$3. It went down to $3.07 to be exact at the bottom. And I was on the phone with QTech and ATL Trader, and man, I missed my opportunity to get in at 307.
Supreme victory.
Wow.
So great play. You know, SPI all over again. You know, these big ones are gap down. You know, $20 gap down. Just imagine shareholders that been invested in at that $20 mark, and now they had to watch all the investment
Are you
go to rubble.
Dude, I would fucking cry if that happened to me, dude. I mean, $21 a share you were having, you know, it looks like the chart was pretty good here. Look at this. This is a decent
beautiful
2016, 2017. You got lower highs. It's looking good. Biotech play with a chart like this, you're thinking they're doing something, you know, the right way. And now to see it after hours at $3, that's insane, man. I mean, that's something you jump off a bridge for. I mean, I wouldn't suggest anybody do that, but I'm you know what I'm saying? That kind of shock. Wow.
Bill Ackerman 2.0, VR variant all over again in some ways, obviously without the $1 billion loss value in that, but you can imagine the CEO right now is not going to get no sleep.
Yeah. His
flagship product failed. You know, great thing that they called it now, because obviously we didn't want it to be another, you know, ICPT when 19 people end up dead.
So here's the thing, African Emporium, because now I'm thinking, all right, so we're going to open up tomorrow at $3 a share. That's an, I mean, you know, you don't have to do the math on what that is in the red. I mean, in fact, let me look it up here. It's saying it's down 83% after hours right now. All right, so tomorrow this opens up. What's the game plan? What do you look at something like this for? Like, you know, it's down 83%. Can you see a possibility that, you know, you can ride a stock like this from 3 to 6 or back to 7 or back to 9? I mean, you know, what are the chances of this going back up, being that it opens up, you know, already so beat up?
You know, and this is the classic bottom fishing moment here, where you got investors that have been in this stock for the long haul, right? So this is a day trader's dream in a sense, in a lot of ways, because there's not much to short here at this stage. You can still try to short it, but from a common stock perspective, I mean, it's heavily sold off, you know. And we saw a quick bounce after the news came that it got unhalted. When it hit that 307 at the bottom, the very bottom, and it rolled up to $4, right? And it pulled back to about 350 now. I think that's where it's at after hours. This is a classic that, you know, make them give you $1 plus and change, where people are just saying, you know what, either I can just sell the rest or I can average down or, you know, try to reposition my portfolio, right? Because people that bought in the stock and rolled it out for a long investment, you got to know that they're feeling very, you know, mixed up and messed up about this, you know, and they want to play this stock for some value of an investment. However, now it just like, it's like the Bitcoin scenario. It sold off because all this, you know, weird news or whatever the case, even though it was ambiguous, but it gave people the opportunity to get in cheaper.
Yeah.
Now, people have been in this stock, like say, for a year, popping it up to that $20 mark, and here it is, me and you come in at, oh, it's a discount. Oh, this is a big discount.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that what you said. Say, oh, this opportunity where we can get in, you know, obviously we're going to trade it, but, you know, you can probably get a good swing out of it, you know, and see where the volatility comes in, because the volatility has to be there.
That makes sense when you put it that way. I think obviously everybody wants same day gains, like, you know, and I want that like anyone else. But, you know, if you got it in you to wait a week and you get in at $3.45, you get in at $3.60, you get in at $3.80, $4 even. Could you, I think the scenario that you can see yourself, you know, with 100% gain, maybe not even a week, but in a couple of days, I think that's pretty realistic. But, you know, again, we're going to have to see, you know, it's always what, you know, the market wants to do, what other individual traders seeing it. And again, time will tell.
I agree. And so just wanted to keep it on your radar, guys, tomorrow. And it's acting in our price range. And for those that can play a $3 stock, you know, and you know, the upside is that volatility going to be there because investors that are at that $20 mark, once again, they're going to try to average down or, you know, just buy, you know, try to buy in at cheaper price. And by that value, it's going to, you know, increase you, incline you into the gain. So definitely worth looking at tomorrow. And one more real quick for the option players out there. AXON. They're in a big scenario where they're actually put, you know, got their back against the wall. AXON, Axon. One you guys got to look at because the other room that I'm in that plays Optus a lot. They're very excited about this because it also has some very favorable news that can make or break this company. And me and Matt was going over it in Mundo in the stock trap. You know, obviously, you know, the guys from the other Black Box stock room were talking about it. You know, so they got some good news out, or, you know, implied news supposed to be coming out pretty much about their company. So for your option players, keep this in mind as well. And you guys can probably see the news that when you kind of dig through it a little bit.
All right, there it is, man. Appreciate it so much, African Emporium. Always a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you, sir. You guys have a good one.
Yes, indeed. So there it is, folks. You know, giving us a great ticker there. You know, VSAR. I mean, that's an incredible drop. I mean, that's incredible. I've seen some failures before, but, you know, 83%. You know, wow. I mean, we just had the stock that we just talked about how sold off on killing 19 people, and it didn't lose that much. All right, so we'll see what happens. But I think, yeah, you got to watch that tomorrow. All you people with a couple $100, you know, when we talk about probabilities, that's a nice probability for an opportunity for you to make some decent return over, you know, a day or two. But again, wait to see what happens on that open. You know, let's see if we can get a floor to bounce from. OTIC, thank you for bringing that back up. OTIC, yeah, it looks really good in terms of, you know, last couple of days. You can't really get these wrong. You know, you can't really go wrong with calls like this. I mean, you kind of just know it's eventually going to work its way out of there. You know, just let it happen. Just let it happen. You know it's going to happen. I mean, just look at the chart. You know it's going to happen. We saw it in CHK. We saw it in Best Buy. We saw it in Equifax. I mean, how many stocks we have to continue to bring up that look like this that you know it's going to happen? So, sure, get into it. And, you know, can you have a red day or two? Yes, it could very well happen. You know, but the chances of you ending in profit is very high. BW was an example of that we looked at as well. You know, BW was one we looked at the very bottom where it was right here. We had red days going against us for a little for a day or two. It kind of happened. A couple of red days got me really frustrated. But eventually we got to where we wanted to get, which was that, 294. And now it's even higher. We're at 344 now. So still a lot of ways to go. And I'm thinking it was looking for that 520 last couple of days in BW. So if I start seeing some action there, I might look into getting back in there. But for the most part, just going from that oversold level to, back to the middle of the RSI sometimes. That's just basically where you just want to get back to. Not bad on OTCK. VERU. Viru. Whoa, nice chart. Don't know where this is going. VRU. Up 13%. Yeah, the volume is not so great though, but I mean it's doing really well. We've had an awesome August and September for the most part. Appreciate that, Joe. Yeah, looking real nice. You let me know where this is going. I mean, this is all right, so you got something up there. VERU. ABHI. So you guys already got a nice little list for tomorrow already. We got a quite a list already of stocks to look at. ABHI up 121%. OTC stock 0016. Nice little run on that today. Figure out what happens tomorrow. Look at all that volume. Nice and steady on that. No news, so it looks like it was an email pump. Looks like an email pump. Let's see if it builds up on it. CUR has been a stock that's been one of our big gainers before. Now this one we pulled this up, almost a week and a half ago now. And as you can see here, it finally did something, but boy was that a wait. But look, it did something today. You actually got to a high of 180. Left a lot of people up there. Let's look at the 5-minute chart on that one. As you can see here, here's the day in CUR. Just couldn't stay up there with the biggest gainers, and just fell off. I tracked it today. Nice move, to the downside on that one. Could have, but again, I had my eyes somewhere else. But as you can see here, all the volume, the power was in the morning. Here's another, day where you just have a very strong morning, and obviously no buyers at those higher prices. Retest. Actually failed. An attempt to retest the morning high, but couldn't get there. Buyers gave up, lower prices, and sure enough, that's where you get CUR. All right, no news as well too. I mean, it was a pure volatility play, again coming from oversold levels, and I think this is the kind of move you're looking for. This is the kind of move you're looking for. We just pulled up that chart on OTCK. It'll be similar, something like this. I mean, again, these aren't companies that have been doing very well, right? I mean, obviously these aren't companies that probably deserve to be trading, too much higher than where they are. But when they've been, abused and sold off, there's opportunity to make money. People texting me. Hold on. So yeah, let's take a look at some other plays. RTK, Rentec, Forest and Wood Products, Basic Materials up 34%. Here's the 5-minute chart. Nice day today in that one, man. 5.7 million shares traded today. Average is only 500,000. But I'm not seeing the news to bring that kind of money in. What was the news on that? I'm not seeing any news that brought that kind of money in there. All right. Looks like you started early and the word kind of just got out as the day went on. Nice, not bad. You know, and this kind of stock that start off as these like little chat room pumps, you know, believe it or not, they can end up being, you know, stocks that go for another day or two. If you guys remember, there was a ticker, ITUS. You guys remember ITUS from Monday? You know, ITUS, which started off as a chat room bullshit pump, and then the company ended up coming out with some kind of news. And now it's hanging up there pretty nicely. It's hanging up there pretty nicely. You know, so here you have a stock coming from 75 cents a share on the 18th. You know, 75 cents a share coming on the 18th, which was Monday. Now, you know, what, 300% higher? Not bad for for a couple of days' work. ITUS, yeah, it's a fucking joke. You can go on StockTwits. They posted the link on StockTwits. I don't know off the top of the hand. But you might want to get into, what's his name? Most of you guys should already be in Nick's Bull Trade Finder chat room. That's also linked in the Discord. You can email me. I could probably, or just find him on Twitter. Just find him on Twitter, Bull Trade Finder. And just say, hey, man, I want to get into your Discord room. And his chat room, too, is always on top of it. Great play that they've been hawking for the last couple of days. HCEI. HCEI, OTC play. Well, it looks like they gave it all back. Looks like they gave it all back over the last couple of days here. Nice, decent week in HCEI, but all the way back to where they started from. 0008 to 0050. Do the math on that. That's a couple 100% for you in a span of a couple hours. And now, obviously, the people who are up big, they sold off, and you got a lot of bag holders in here wishing they never bought this thing. Healthy Coffee International is the ticker there. All right, let's get back to the daily chart. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. That's an ugly looking shadow. Actg. Actg, 152. Again, here's another one where I don't see any news, but you know the chart supports the move because, as you can see here, covering the gap. You're gonna have to read about what happened there in July to cause that. I do not know, but nice move there. 165, 165, which looks like it was a decent support level for that. 165, you're pretty much already there. You're at 152 right now. What a turnaround situation there from just, you know, again, a week and a half ago, trending just below 1, now at 152. Actg. What's going on, Alex? Grab yourself some LT. LT was, and in my opinion, I still believe a scam. LT, Long Island Iced Tea, used to be an OTC stock. You can go back there and you can pull up some of their OTC ticker, you know, bull crap. I still think it is a fraud. I still think, you know, again, that's my personal opinion, but I can see here, you know, oversold. Where are we at? 22 on the RSI. Personally, I think it's a fraud, but, you know, don't sue me. ZNNC, he said, who's pumping it? I mean, look, I told you guys that ZNNC was going to be passed on to another promoter, and these owners, that's basically what they do. I pushed it. It did what it did. They pushed it on to somebody else. He did what he did. They pushed it on to somebody else. That's how these things work. That's how these things work. And ZNNC now, last couple of days, you can see here from a penny, now at 3 cents a share, 0.0358, up 15%. All right. You got to understand, these OTC companies are basically paper ATM, paper ATM schemes. Many of them have or attempt to have a legitimate business, but for the most part, it's about turning paper into money. And yes, there are opportunities that smart traders can get in at the bottom or the beginning of a pump, and get profit on the marketing. High-tech is overbought. Ghost Alchemist. All right, so you're using Ichimoku Cloud too. It looks like Bats is rubbing off on people here with Ichimoku Cloud. Right, Bats is rubbing off on people. Somebody brought up LATX. Let's take a look at it. Latitude 360 OTC play up 325%. Speaking of stocks that are up huge, man, that was a real disappointing play. I forgot to ask him on that, but ALRT, I mean, from 12,000% in one day to selling off like a piece of shit yesterday. I mean, ALRT was just, what a dud, man. I was so excited to see that open up. And, it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. It opened up and it just shitted on people, man. And we just haven't been able to see it. Obviously, too cheap to short. So cheap to buy. Great news. I thought this would be an opportunity for people to say, hey, man, it's a cheap stock. I can buy a ton of shares. Let's go long. But, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, we are at the whim of the psychology of the masses. And ALRT, unfortunately, did not deliver. Now, here's the thing, and I put it out there because, it can still maybe do something tomorrow. I want to give it one more day to look at it. And because obviously you did have some people in here who saw the news, got in big, and probably wanted to take profits on people today. So we'll see what happens. It's something that you OTC people should at least see, how it opens tomorrow. AMFE, we took a look at that. Exactly why I'm bringing it up. I think it's a possible dip buy opportunity. We can look to possibly be retesting that first day high. But we'll see. FDA also added to their approval site. Yeah. And by the way, we just brought up Equifax. We talked about Equifax. The options weren't pretty liquid. So you really kind of had to buy the shares. I looked up the options a couple of days ago, and even just now, they're still those spreads are still pretty wide. Yeah, and I'm just not seeing the volume you really to really make that worthwhile. I'm talking like 20, 30 cent spreads here. Not worth it, honestly. EFX now finally looks like the buyers are in control. I thought that 117 was a possibility for us to get back to. Don't even need to go up that far. Maybe even 108. Maybe even 108. We'll see how it acts because, we have a tendency to hit walls in previous days' highs. 1 under 23. So we'll see what happens here. I'd say this, but we'll see what happens there at $100. All right, but 117, still a lot of issues going on there. We have a lot of traders who are looking to sue and individual states, individual district attorneys of, attorneys of counties and all kind of things. A lot of issues there. Said Soup Q. Oh, don't bring up that shitty stock Soup Q. What a shitty piece of turd, man. Soup Q, Soup Man. I think Ken, who called up earlier, was so excited about this Soup Q, and I was like, Ken, man, just leave it alone. But here's the thing. It ran for a couple of days. I mean, a day, it actually did something for a couple of days. Eventually, got back to being the stinky piece of shit it is. BLDV. Let's take a look at it. BLDV, Blue Diamond Ventures, OTC play. Can run, as you can see. Can run. But, hasn't done so in a while. But as you can see here, when you get an opportunity to get in early and ride it higher, it doesn't last for too much longer. All right, so get in and get out. BLDV 0017. WTI, what's WTI doing? Our oil, one of our oil plays. Woo, wow, look at that. WTI. My. All right, WTI bringing in the volume. Look at that. 2.7 or at 278 right now. Up almost 5%. What's been going on? I know we talked about oil coming over 50 and how that'd be a great way to see stocks, jumpstart on the excitement of $50 barrel oil. Still above $50. We're at 50.61 right now. Up 6 cents after hours. Gold is higher. Wow, we're seeing NASDAQ futures sell off, down almost 20 points, 29, almost 30 points. Selling off after hours. S&P 500 futures down 2. All right, so it looks like headed for a tough opening tomorrow. We'll see what happens here. But crude doing pretty good. I'm actually impressed with what's going on in oil right now. I mean, it's been a decent week. It's been a decent week. Been a decent week for crude. We're a lot better than where we are a month ago. In fact, if we go and look at, let's bring up something like USO. Have we started to see the return? Yeah, USO, I guess, man, USO is just kind of one of those stocks that's just, it can do so much better than what it does, but just the volatility just isn't there. I guess you do have to look at plays like WTI. Man, but this is almost an overreaction, I would say, but nice move. WTI up 13 cents, almost 5% today. Yes, Alex, yeah, we took a look at those, Alex. I love BW. Been a big fan of BW. That stock about the city and Cali, Nipton. Yeah, Nipton. Okay, ERBB. Yeah, okay, ERBB. Thank you for clarifying that. ERBB was the one that bought the town out there in Arizona. All right, AUY, gold play. Bitcoin, if you don't already know, you've been living under a rock. Bitcoin got a lot of issues going on in China right now. A lot of talk about creating, restrictions on how it trades and how Bitcoin miners do business, how Bitcoin brokers do business. So a lot of issues going there. They may, in fact, just go ahead and ban Bitcoin permanently in China. And as I said on the show on Tuesday, they are literally looking at Bitcoin as a threat to the government. They honestly think Bitcoin is a threat to the government because what are these Chinese mafias? They're using Bitcoin. They're using Bitcoin to go around the government. And you got a lot of business owners who are, using Bitcoin as a way to wash money, from illegal businesses or to avoid, taxation. You know, not understanding the process, but again, just Google it, and you can read about the many issues that the government of China is looking to justify their banning, all-out banning of Bitcoin. And by the way, let me add to you that Bitcoin, the largest Bitcoin mining operation, is in China. You know, an overwhelmingly amount of Bitcoin mining operations are in China. China is huge. You know, and don't let these other guys try to fool you that China's not a big part and they don't need China. No, it's a big part of Bitcoin. And if they lose access to the Chinese market, it could very well risk the legitimacy of, you know, the cryptocurrency itself. You know, if they were honest with you. If they were honest with you. ZN, Zion Oil and Gas, 335. Ticker ZN. And ZN used to be the one that had all the, you know, if you guys remember, ZN did this move when oil was at, you know, 46, 47. And every day, you know, I'd come on the show and just be like, what the hell is ZN doing? Like, oil is beat to death. What is ZN running like this for? Let's take a look at Gevo. We did not mention Gevo. Gevo, you know, this has been a very disappointing stock for a very, very long time. Gevo, you know, if you guys remember, for those of you guys who've been watching my show for a while, Gevo was the company that signed a deal with Alaska Airlines. And they basically, you know, we're going to provide fuel to Alaska Airlines because that's basically their is giving renewable fuel that is made out of what? It's like made out of trash or some shit like that, right? All right. It can be used as jet fuel. And they signed this deal with Alaska Air and whatnot. And then Alaska Air flew a quote-unquote maiden voyage using Gevo jet fuel. But nothing really came of that. You can go back into the news and look. Nothing came of that. And Gevo has just languished. It's just languished. So nice move today, up 33%. You know, is this going to stick around? You know, the chart says no. But we'll see. I mean, because honestly, you know, the market deserves it. The shareholders have been sitting around and the stock deserve it. We'll see. Alqa. Alqa Biomedical. Now this stock, I do remember talking about. I haven't seen. Last 2 days have been nice here, from 34 cents to 42. That's a nice little return there. 3.2 million shares traded. A lot of new money coming in. Average is only 800,000. All right, you may have this previous run manipulating those numbers, because I'm looking at a chart that doesn't look like it was being, you know, bought at 800,000 shares a day. So it looks like we're definitely getting some skewed numbers here. Is it retesting that 44 cents? Oh, nice move today. Nice move today. That's a pretty big candlestick with today's move. Again, no news. I see last article was September 11th. Let me see here. The one article by Yahoo Finance doesn't look like it's anything having to do with the company itself, though. Up 16% today. Alqa. APHB. Let's take a look at it. All right, man, this stock is beat to hell. Let's take a look at August. Not bad month. Love to see a little bit more of what's going on here. Nice. I guess it's a decent trend if that's what you like, but I just don't like charts like this. AEMD, one of our favorites last week. AEMD, and as you can see here, this is kind of why you like to short these, right? This is kind of why, you know, guys like Tim Sykes and Tim Grattani and those guys are able to make, you know, 10, 15, 20,000. We had African Emporio on talk about his friend who, you know, made 80, 30, 40,000 because they catch plays like this where you know, can go in at 350, 360 and look at what it is over the course of successive days. Just sit in the stock. You're not even, I mean, they weren't even threatened, you know, by a squeeze since that first day. Nice play on AEMD, selling off, and it looks like today buyers were able to kind of come back in here, but the damage has already been done. AEMD. You got a bag holder somewhere in that. You got a bag holder somewhere in that thinking that at 175 they may come back to 260 and get them, but it ain't going to happen. As you can see here, that stock hadn't been at those levels for quite a while. And these plays just happen when people just get too excited. And we see it all the time. We see it all the time. Best shorting broker, Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers, hands down. You can choose between Interactive Brokers and some people can say Speed Trader, but I like Interactive Brokers just because it's more. I feel like the platform comes together better. PGH. But I'm sure Sure Trader had shorts of that. PGH, Penn Growth Energy, another oil and gas play. This one real beat up. This used to be a $40 stock. You go back in time. Used to be a very, very, very big company. PGH, nice move, up 6%. We are now in the time of $50 oil, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to start seeing these plays move higher as long as that stays up there. That's a nice catalyst to play on. All right, it's a nice catalyst to play on, as you can see here. PGH, boy, what a turn of events here at some of these lows. Look at 58, 59. Now you're at 92 cents a share. Great volume coming into the stock too. Look at that. Better day than yesterday. All right, PGH. Let's see it. Trying to get that dollar. Trying to get that dollar. Reached 101, but looks like buyers couldn't commit. And you got some resistance up there, as you can see here. But let's see what it can do. PGH, 92 cents a share. IPCI. All right. I'm going to add that PGH to my watch list as well. That's a nice looking chart. All right. Pretty abrupt of a move, but at the end of the day, you know, crossing one, that's huge. I mean, we can get that stock to cross, you know, one and stay above that. You might probably have some shorters in there who you can squeeze. You never know. IPCI, all right, very much looking like BW. Very much looking like a chart BW we took a look at just a moment ago. In fact, let's look at BW. Very, very similar looking chart. Here's BW. All right, IPCI, let's go back to that. Very similar looking chart. Now, this is a pharmaceutical healthcare company. What was the, somebody brought it up here. Looks like they failed something. Who brought that up? Poker Pro. Company received non-compliance letter. Company failed FDA. Has another FDA meeting this weekend for a second attempt. All right, so they're this weekend for what? FDA for what? Okay, so it looks like they got the notice. Yes, they're below $1, blah, blah, blah. They have 180 days, blah, blah, blah. What do they have to present this weekend? Poker Pro. All right, 90 cents a share. Not bad here. Yeah, clarify that information for me. What's going on, Londell Carter? Yeah, PGH looking for that dollar. Exactly right. OPEC is meeting in Vienna on Friday, tomorrow, for a possible extension of oil supply, cut a deal. Yeah, that could be a nice, that could be a nice move for some of these oil plays. CRC, let's take a look at it. California Resources, oil and gas. Man, it's not cheap though, but I love the way that chart is setting up. I mean, it'll feel like I missed a move here. Now you're at 79 in the RSI. It looks like we missed it on this one, man. And I wanted to play. I think the move is the breakout here at 814. You're up now $2 away from that. Again, that opportunity's been missed, my man. Here was the move. It was right there. Even if you were even if you were slow, it was right here. Now you're at 1019, which it looks like that's what you're aiming for. Got another wall up there. Man, but again, a lot of missed opportunities here. I think now you're just padding somebody's gains. Now you're just padding somebody's gains. The move was at 815, 816. That's your entry. You should be the guy looking to sell tomorrow morning, not the guy looking to buy. I think if you buy here, you could put yourself in a situation where you'll have a red day, which it hasn't had here, as you can see here, in almost a week. Why not play a few calls in USO? Here's the thing. It's liquid, but it's not volatile enough. USO just isn't volatile enough, especially if you're not going to be in it for a while. If you're not going to be in it for a while, USO just doesn't pay back that well. I think if you're playing options and you want to play oil, go look at XOM. I would look at XOM. I would look at XOM. I would look at some other oil stocks that I think you can, get a much better implied volatility and really be able to make some return on. FTech, purification and treatment equipment. Yeah, this is Bad Scientist. You remember he put like 25 grand in this, and then he ended up selling out. And look, it went your way, right? I think this is the one. Is this the one, Bats? This is the one, right? Nice move, man. Nice move. Nice move on this one. All right. Hold on here. Yeah, you guys can hear me loud and clear, right? Okay, looks like my sound card, for whatever, fucked up. Yeah. XXI a dip buy. XXI a dip buy. 22nd Century Group at 288, down 4%. You might want to figure out what exactly the storyline is here. XXI, it's done very well over the last month and a half. You got some sold off, found some support. Flagged right, moved higher, and doing pretty well at these higher levels. And I'm actually kind of impressed. I mean, again, this is a stock that, started off the year below $1. Now you're at 288. So it looks like something is brewing pretty well here at 22nd Century Group. Can't tell it's a dip buy because I don't know if it's going to continue to go higher. The stock over 8 months up almost 300%. Hey, Anthony, unfortunately, I can't take your call. I don't know what's going on. Looks like my sound card corrupted. For whatever reason, I can still speak, but whatever I try to play some of my sound effects, it's not working. So, unfortunately, I can't take your call. So let me just go ahead and close out my Skype. WAC, let's take a look at it. WAC, Walter Investment Group. We took a look at this the last time I was on. You know, beautiful second day move, but again, couldn't stay at those higher prices. And how many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen that? Here's WAC. This was yesterday's move. We had the incredible gap up, and in the morning, and you just couldn't find buyers above $1. You could not find buyers below $1. Opened up that day at 95, got to $1.10, no commitment, came all the way back down, and ended up closing at about 70 cents. You were down. You opened today at 70 cents. It's saying you were down a nickel, but it opened at 70 cents. You're actually only down a penny from where it opened up at. All right, WAC. Yeah, that's the Real Estate Investment Trust. Africa Emporium called about that and gave us a little info on that. All right. Thank you, Africa Emporium, putting those tickers in the room. Appreciate you for that. CYCC. Now, this is a biotech play. CYCC. Nice move today, up 21%. RSI is already showing pretty extended. And again, here's one of the, very similar chart. Looks like it was gap down, working through the gap now. Let's see if it builds up on it. We just looked at a chart that looked just like this. CYCC. Up 21%. But again, my move that I'm looking at tomorrow, I can't stop looking at is that VSAR. I mean, down 83% after hours. That's shit. That's crazy. I can only imagine how that's going to open up tomorrow. Can only imagine. A couple other stocks, honorable mentions before we get out of here. Ncfy. Nova Lifestyle Furniture, if you guys remember, this was a stock that, all of a sudden got really, really popular at, beginning of the summer of last year when I started the show. And it was almost impossible to lose money on Nova Furniture. Summer of last year. I mean, you got in and you were, coming out on the day, $1, $2. We went from, again, 50 cents, 50, 60 cents. We got to $1, $1.50, $2, $3, $4. Eventually got to $5 a share before he pretty much gave it all back. So here we have Nova Lifestyle Furniture. A lot of volume coming in today in the stock. 1.5 million shares traded in the stock. Average had gotten down to 77,000 shares. 77,000 shares. Didn't see the commitment before above where I think it needed to be, which was that 164 level. Close today at 161, so we're close, but love to see it commit above 164. If we can commit above 164, we can probably get something started here. Until then, just watch it. But that's where my alert is on that. Adam Board, you out of day trades? Yeah, man. Friday is not the day. I mean, there are a lot of days that you want to be, Monday, what I'm saying, maybe Tuesday, but Friday is not one of those days you want to be out of day trades. Friday isn't one of them, because sometimes Friday is either like incredible or it's like really shitty. You don't really have a so-so Friday. You have, You know, either like, damn, that shit went to 60%, 70%, or there just was nothing going. That's Friday in stocks under $10 a share. And that's why I'm really excited about VSAR, because we're talking about a $21 stock that's about to open up at less than $4. Less than $4. And we're going to get those sellers out of there, you know, when the market opens up. But I'm thinking when those sellers are gone and buyers take control of the stock, I mean, why not $2 a share? You know? Again, let's take a look at what else you guys are looking at. TANH. Tantech Holdings, commodity chemical play. All right. Wow, beautiful chart, man. What's going on since April? Look at that. Beautiful higher lows going right in the right direction. Some pullbacks here. I've watched the stock. Looking for the breakout. I got it set at 442. I ain't got the email on it yet. So, obviously, we're at 435. So, appreciate you for bringing that back up to me. All right, not bad. TANH, looking like a real company here. Chemical play, up 6% today. Yeah, let me look at the weekly on that. Setting up really nice. Look at that. Yeah, here's the weekly. Setting up really nice. All right. Oh, wow, this chart is really beat up, but here's the weekly over the last several months. And now you're looking to break May 2016 resistance level. So this is, it's been under this 440s for quite a while, over a year. Over a year. So that's big for a stock like this. Worked its way higher now. Boy, would you have loved to have been in this stock at what is that, 102, 103? When was this? April? Man, what a turnaround in TANH. Give that CEO a trophy. Give that CEO a trophy. Not bad. Yeah, use stock trades, unlimited day trades, baby. $1 in, $1 out. You know, but even if you don't like use stock trade, you know, get a TD, get an E-Trade, and then get a Schwab. You know, there you go. 3 brokers right there. Decent platforms, cheap commissions. Let's see here. Going to swing ALDX. Use your last day trade on it. What else you guys are looking at here? AZFL. Yeah. I'm looking at ALRTs on my list tomorrow. PES. There are quite a few placed for tomorrow. There are quite a few. PES. Oh, PES is nice. Look at that. What is this? Oil and gas? Okay. PES looking real nice. I like that. All right. Like PES on there. Here's the weekly. Let me go back to the daily. Weekly is very strong. Here's PES on the daily. Okay, so weekly looks significantly better than the daily. Daily's already, man. When you hate when you miss out. Here's PES, but the breakout is happening. And PES, but I love being just below it, which is, you know, where you want to be. You actually want to be one of these guys that's sitting in it and looking forward to what's going to happen tomorrow morning, because you can be that guy that can sell into that morning pressure and make a nice return in that. So you actually want to be the guy who got into that today based on that move. But regardless, let's see what happens in PES tomorrow. Not bad. 6% today. Look at that beautiful range, though, man. I mean, that's a beautiful range. I mean, it's just played it just well. You know, when we talk about support and resistance, I mean, this is classic. You can't get better looking than this. Beautiful. Thank you, Michael B, for that. Appreciate it, man. DCTH board member resigned today. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Again, as I said on the show earlier this week, that's what happens when shareholders take control of companies. They are not, shareholders, when they buy a stock, their commitment, many times, shareholder of a 7-cent or a 6-cent or a 10-cent stock, they don't give a fuck about the company a year from now or 2 years from now. They're interested in taking that 7-cent stock and selling it to somebody else for 10, 12, 13 cents, a share. And they can give a damn if that means that stock trades on the OTC or the NASDAQ. And sometimes we allow greed to hinder judgment, and that's basically what happened to DCTH. And it's sad. It's really, really sad what happened to that company. But, that's a lesson that these companies have to learn, that when you dilute your shares like that, and you've got so much, of the company floating out there, management has no real, stake. You're at whim to, guys in chat rooms who take control of your company and now dictate what happens to your business. So sad to see that in DCTH. So sad. All right. All right, so let me couple more tickers, then we'll get out of here. SYMX. I'm seeing that on the move. No volume, but it's on my radar though. No volume. Looking for some plays that we've kind of forgotten about. One tomorrow you might want to watch. HOS is another one. HOS got a lot of volatility to it. Could use this little OPEC meeting. Now look, if they agree to cut supply, that's pretty huge. I mean, obviously, all of these oil companies want to keep oil prices as high as possible. So a deal that's reached to cut supply could have stocks like HOS and many of the other trivial oil stocks that trade moving higher. As you can see here, HOS has enjoyed quite a week from the low threes, now at 423 a share. HOS. All right, looking at some other fields. Gold is higher after hours right now. We talked about, the fact that we are pretty overextended in equities, but again, we always start to have those conversations when we start to get a little bit further away from earnings. It's going to be a while till we start seeing those numbers again, so people are going to start second guessing, getting fear, allowing fear. So we'll start seeing what happens in that. We brought up CUR. Let's see what you guys. Jam and Java. Somebody really bringing up Jam. If you guys remember Jam, the Jam is those guys who got arrested. It was basically a $100 million, I think it was like $100 million SEC bust on Jam. I can't believe this ticker still trades. I still can't believe. I mean, the SEC came down on them. Can't believe this ticker still trades. All right, ZN. We brought up ZN. Nvidia. Nvidia still looking good. Pulled back today. Pulled back a little bit. Nvidia. I would still. Oh, that pullback was pretty. 2%. That was pretty drastic, but You know, we've been talking about NVIDIA, and the media's been talking about NVIDIA, and you know, this is just another opportunity to get in and buy those. You know, what were those? 188s, 185s? Yeah, 185s, 190s. That's just a buy opportunity. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, business is very, very good, and the future is great for NVIDIA. I don't think I have yet to see any competition that they have, you know, in terms of, you know, what they plan to do for, what was that name of that industry again? AI? Okay, yeah, artificial intelligence. That's science, rather. You know, I'm hearing they don't even have any competition in regards to that field. So I think NVIDIA is one of those ones that you probably can't go wrong. You know, snatch up those 190 calls right now. I think you can be in the money. I mean, who would have thought that you'd be at 180 right now, you know, a couple months ago? You know, beginning of summer when you were at 140, 150. You know, back in March when we were talking about, can NVIDIA get back to $100? You remember those conversations? And now we're talking about a stock that's, you know, almost doubled. Almost doubled within the year. And we're not talking about a small, you know, mom and pop business here. You know, we're talking about a company that started the year, you know, with a multi-billion-dollar market cap. AMD calls, yeah, AMD, that turnaround has been, that turnaround from the 12s. Look at AMD trying to work higher again, man. AMD, were we looking for 15 again? Obviously, today wasn't the best day for NVIDIA, down 2%. But, hey, you know, the market was down today. And, you know, companies like AMD, no different. They're going to suffer the effects of the global market. All right. $15. Now, AMD, I don't trust AMD as much as I trust NVIDIA. AMD is just, man, it's one of those things. This is all over the place. Really all over the place. I trust AMD earnings, though. I trust AMD earnings, and I would definitely try to be figuring out when AMD earnings are next. And you play into earnings like, I made a big deal here on the show with my options videos that I just knew AMD was going to kill earnings, and exactly what it did. Coming from 13 to 15, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful return. But AMD, you know, I just feel like if you're going to do it, just pay more money for NVIDIA calls. Pay more money for NVIDIA calls. But people like AMD because it's cheap and it's volatile. They've got a very nice, you know, IV on AMD calls. So when it goes right, AMD pays really well. FALC. Software play. Biggest gainer a couple days ago. Haven't checked up on it since. 45 cents now. All right. Not bad. ALNY. ALNY. Okay. Yeah, definitely not a cheap stock here, my man. $112 a share. $112 a share. This is one of those companies. I've never heard of this company. I mean, it's got a $10 billion market cap. Never heard of Lam Pharmaceuticals. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. All right. So again, guys, great list already for tomorrow. You know, stocks with some catalysts and oil, gold up, equities looking like they're going to open down. Junior miners are going to be probably in play tomorrow. We'll see. What else? We got some stocks that are oversold. We got some stocks that have already been running. Looking at possibility as dip buy opportunities in them. ARLT for the OTC people. Couple of other ones. We had a stock that has crashed after hours, VSAR, a $21 stock that looks like it's going to be opening below $3.50 a share. More than likely going to go lower than that at the open and then maybe possibly run. So a lot of opportunities tomorrow. A lot of opportunities tomorrow. A lot of opportunities tomorrow. So again, Friday is also a day that, you know, some companies that have been sitting on news like to put out news in the morning. So, you know, I have no doubt a ticker we have not talked about today will be in play aggressively tomorrow morning on some kind of news. Looking at the filter now, I don't see anything. Let me put up the news streamer. I don't see anything really to bring to your attention right now. Yeah, I don't see anything right now. Obviously, continue to keep an eye on a situation with North Korea. That's always something that's up in the air. A lot of aggressive language being used here. And a lot of people are laughing at the conversation, but the two men talking, all right, these two leaders going back and forth, they mean it. You know, we're laughing about it, but these guys, you know, you got to, you know, understanding their psyche, I honestly think they believe what they're saying. And they're serious about it. All right. What else here? But other than that, McDonald's raising up their quarterly dividend by 7%. By the way, McDonald's, man, this has been an incredible stock. Incredible stock, McDonald's, man. Jesus. Credible stock over 2017. Look at that. Started in 115. We're at 159 right now, McDonald's. Nice play on that. Other than that, yeah, I think that's it. All right, no real news after hours that I'm seeing here. Short-range ballistic missile. I'm seeing a by KTOS, short-range ballistic missile test successful. No real movement on that though. Not the cheapest stock in the world. Defense and security play, $12 a share. 12 bucks a share. All right. Appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for watching. Other than that, yeah, I don't see anything. I think we've talked about great list of stocks to watch tomorrow. Join my Discord room if you haven't already. Join my Discord room. Join, who else? Bull Trade Finders Discord room. As I said, many other people have their own rooms as well. Great places to be and be able to find. But again, at the end of the day, you know, if you're trading, you just need a great scanner. Equityfeed.com. Equityfeed.com. Get 2 weeks free. Great scanner that you can customize, make your own. I think they're the best out there. But again, I'm biased because they support the show. All right. But if you give them 2 weeks, I have no doubt you'll fall in love with the software. All right. So with that being said, let me get up out of here. All right. Where are we at here? All right. Great tickers we talked about today, folks, man. You can't get it wrong. Can't get it wrong. Can't get it wrong. Appreciate it, Kenny Nichols. Hope you've been well, man. Stan the man. Thank you, sir. Bats, Relative 9696. Desert Edge, Londell Carter. Hollywood Studios. Oh Boy Peach. Low Key. Michael B. Jeff Graham. Thank you, sir. Cristiano fan. Who else in here? Low Key. Adam Board. All you guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. I started my outro at the damn end of the damn song. Cool Cats, Robert Turman. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys back here on Monday. I hope we have a great Friday, man. I mean, I hope we have a stock that gets to 100%. I need another day like that. I need MGTI. By the way, shout out to all the people who got onto MGTI. I didn't even bring that up. MGTI, put the video out there. Put the video out there. We're moving the stock lower. We're going all the way back down to 1, baby. MGTI, baby. Let's force them to sell. You know? Let's force them to sell. I know they're you know, they got orders down there. 230s, 220s, 210s. Let's hit those triggers, man. These guys are running. We got them running right now. So I need you shorters. You know, there's money to be made in MGTI going the other way. The stock is garbage, toxic, financing up the ass, millions of shares being given for pennies on the dollar. This stock ain't worth more than 30 cents a share. All right. Look at the 10K yourself. All right. Yes, indeed, family. Take care, everyone. See you back here next week.